Hello, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is me, Dr. Godswill Oki, with Communication Moments. Once again, I want to thank you for your responses. I want to thank you for how far you've been encouraging me, even on this journey to discover those aspects of communication, that makes us either great or reduces us, as may be the case. And recall that we started with the integrated marketing communication mix. But first, we are looking at what makes a brand. Because of it's very trendy now to talk about branding. You know, so it's something that we ought to look at. What are those things that makes for a great brand? Because you hear, this soda drink is a big brand, this bank is a big brand, this personality, they are big brands. What are those things that ensure that you have strong, enduring brands? But to shock you, really, well, the thing is that most big brands begin small. Like our religious books will tell us not to despise the days of small beginning. Most big brands in the world today, though it's not been theorized, develop small. They start small. They are almost innocuous, but with time, with the passage of time, they develop to be such great oak trees, as may be the case. One thing you ought to note is that great brands, they solve humanity's problems. Great brands are their solution providers, they are problem solvers. So whatever brand it is that you look at its vision, look at the kind of services they provide. These brands, they solve humanity's problems. Then another thing we need to know is that great brands are very consistent in there's uniformity and there's consistency in their brand marks, as I may call it. Their brand elements, as it may be the case. They are consistent in their names. They are consistent in their colors. They are consistent in their logos. They are consistent in their trademarks. Even when there's going to be a change, you're not going to have a radical change about the corner. So there will be that recognition, that linkage to what it has always been. So there is always consistency, as may be the case in building great brands. And then there is the issue of stability. Great brands are very stable. They need to be stable for you to call it a brand. It has to be stable. You have to be able to trust it. You have to be able to trust that it's going to deliver. So great brands are stable. They're stable whether there's a depression, whether there is trade wars, whatever it may be, whether they are the government policies, whatever it may be, great brands stand. Not that they won't be affected, they usually could be affected, but they still stand. They still command their share of the market. They still have their loyal brand users. They are still recognizable. They don't just disintegrate unless if that brand is not properly managed, unless again there is a deliberate attempt maybe to leave a location, just like what happened in Nigeria, one of these beverage drinks. But I think it was a result of government deregulation programs that had a large chunk of the market, but it left the market. Now, the great brands are adaptable to technology. If a brand is not adaptable to technology, the possibility of it going away is there. Remember, there was a time that automobiles were laughed at. People say that if something called TV can never take over the radio. It was called the devil's box, as it is. And most of these people who couldn't adapt, they lost out. Recently, even in photography, Kodak was a world-class brand when it comes to branding. But where is Kodak today? It didn't adapt to the technology, and it had all it takes to adapt to the technology and even have a brand extension, but Kodak did not. So I don't know how far it is today in the market, or if it has gone down. And again, I'm rushing really because today is a World Poetry Day, and I want to wish each and every one of us a happy Poetry Day. I'm a poet myself, but let's just round up this. Great brands also are strong and enduring in their brand positioning. Great brands, a brand position is what that brand of product is known for, you know, where it is in the mind of the people, what it stands for. Great brands have that strong brand positioning, as may be the case. So, for instance, if you mention Nike, something comes to your mind. If you mention Coca-Cola, entertainment, refreshment. If you mention these, something occurs, comes to your mind, So great brands are like this. Or if you say Coco Chanel, something comes to your mind. So great minds, the brands, they have a very strong, identifiable, and enduring brand positioning. Then there is consistency in vision and values. Their brand values don't change. Uh, a brand that talks about trustworthiness, and you look at it over time, it evolves. It evolves over time, and people come to know it for that. Or a brand that talks about financial stability. For instance, if you talk about the Rothschild, you're talking about financial stability, enduring wealth, and all. You talk about what do I call it? Some soda, Coca Cola, you're talking about friendliness, entertainment, and also they have values for which the people know them for. Then they have defined target audiences. There is consistency in the bonding between great brands and their target users or target audience. They may stray some way to look at some niche audience target groups, but more often than not, there is that consistency. There's that specific age group, to which they aim at and to which they get locked up in. They do not move because like the wind, this is this, and then they shift their loyalty, their messaging to suit another target audience. No, but they can adapt, if the demographics is changing. But that target group, for instance, if you say your target group is between those, or maybe you deal with baby wears, that the children have grown doesn't mean that you target some other group, that these children are now teenagers. No, but you want to keep reaching out to babies and, of course, read their parents, in your messaging. And then there is a defined culture, as may be the case in brand building. There's a definite brand culture. What is the culture of this organization, of this brand? What is the culture of that? What service do they provide, and what do we say they are? Are they these very officious kind of people? Are they those ones that will deliver right on time? So there's a defined culture, which of course ensures those emotional cues, which you now relate to that brand. Of course, the brand is abstract, but as a result of these elements, so to say, you can say, okay, this is it, and this is what I'm sure I'm going to get from this brand. Now, let me briefly look at. Uh, Remember that I say this is today is World Poetry Day. Now, this is my own collection of poems. It's called Slices of Life. Slices of Life, you can get it in Amazon. It's been published about 2 years ago. It has a lot, Let me just open. It has a lot on romance. It has a lot on city. It has a lot on love, as may be the case, you know, and it's written in beautiful language that you will appreciate. It has when we thought we are being nationalistic, it has poems there. So just uh, go to Amazon. You're going to get it. Slices of Life by Godswill Oki. Thank you very much. We will continue with this evening later by 6 p.m. Uh, we are going to have a reading, so to say, on Facebook. You can join in if it's not too late for you, and we'll see how it goes. Once again, I'm Dr. Godswill Oki, your anchor for communication moments. Remember that in consulting, in planning your advertising campaign, so to say, conferences, seminars, research, academic research mainly, or whatever research, even legislative research, which I think Nigeria needs a lot of that now. We will handle that for you. Thank you once again, and God bless you.